Most people think you need perfect answers in an interview. Today, I'm going to show you 5 things that will instantly help you stand out and get hired. Starting with step 1, be authentic. Preparing too much is a bad idea. It makes you sound fake. Sure, we're applying for jobs, but if you think about it, you're applying to be someone people want to work with. Focus on helping the recruiter like you instead of hire you. There's a balance, but did you know the average person spends more time with coworkers than their own family? Close to 1/3 of your entire life spent with your workmates. With that much commitment, it makes you think we should probably like each other, right? Plus, if you're likable, the interview is actually a lot more chill. Quick side note, if you want to hear about new jobs and even interview for some, I built a network of companies hiring right this minute. Check the link in the description if you're interested. Step 2, ask good questions. At the end of an interview, normally you get asked, do you have any questions for us? The worst thing to do is say no. If you're about to spend years of your life somewhere, you better know what you're signing up for. Here's an example of a bad question. What does your company do? I've been asked this a lot, which is surprising because the person on the other end was applying for a very specific job. Now here are some good questions to ask. What do you like most and least about your job? This will open them up, especially when they talk about things that mean a lot to them. Or, what does success in this job look like during the first 6 months? This helps you know whether you can actually do good at the job in the future, and when you'll know when things are going well. My first job was literally doing anything people didn't want to do. But with this, I earned trust points in the office. And after a while, people brought me into more important things. Another question is asking, what's the biggest challenge for the company right now? This helps you figure out where you should focus on, or at least what gives the most value for the company. The more results you get, the more you rise up the ranks and earn more money for your efforts. Step 3 is to be helpful. I know it sounds weird, expecting someone to help before they've even started a job, but an interviewer wants to know that you can make their life easier, not harder. So, when they ask about your past experiences, talk about times when you made your boss's life easier. One example could be, I noticed we were manually processing reports for this one thing, but I decided to automate it, saving a few hours a week for the team. Small things like this show that you're not only a team player, but you can solve problems that weren't even given to you in the first place. Honestly, talented people with bad attitudes lose to okay employees with great attitudes. Step 4, don't waffle. If a recruiter spends 6 seconds on your resume, there's no way they'll listen to a 6-minute long life story. A great interview response is straight to the point. There's a structure I use when asked, what did you do at the last company you worked at? You start with the problem, then talk about the action you took to solve this, and finally, the result. What value was created for the company when you did something? So here's an example. I built the entire go-to-market strategy for a SaaS product, selling 1 by 1 to 20 corporate customers, generating $5 million for the company. So you talked about the problem, helping a company launch a new product. You said what you did, handling sales, and what was created in the process, how you made the company $5 million. If you're talking about a problem you've solved, explain it in a sentence, not a TED Talk. You need to show them who you are without telling them. Step 5, always study the company beforehand. I know I said don't prepare too much, but you got to prepare a little bit because the interviewer is expecting you to know what their company does at the bare minimum. I was once interviewing someone for a job, asking them what in the job description made you want to apply. They actually said, in all honesty, I didn't read it properly. Instant red flag. Just like that, I was put off, and in just a few minutes, that person's job prospects were gone. Employers, like most of us, have big egos, and it does feel bad when someone does you like that. You really wish they cared a little bit more to remember what the job was. Always do this before an interview. 1, Google the company and any information about it, from news articles to YouTube videos. 2, read what their customers are saying, both the good and the bad. This is really important because companies want to know how they can do things better. And if you've done your research, they will appreciate you giving some quality feedback. They'll also know that you really put effort into this interview. 3, be ready to answer questions in context. You want to know how they make money, who they sell to, and what could they be doing better. Trust me, it takes 30 minutes tops to figure this out. but it literally changes the vibe of the interview completely. Now let's go over 3 popular interview questions you might get. 1. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Don't say starting my own company because that scares employers. A better answer is, I see myself in a senior role here, running the sales division. 2. What made you want to leave your last job? This is a trick question. You should never trash talk your old boss. Instead, show gratitude, saying something like, I learned a lot there, but thought it was time to move on to something new. Pro tip, after every interview, ask for feedback, because things won't always go well, but getting honest feedback on what you could have done better is priceless to get you a job that you want in the future. 3. Tell us about a time you made a mistake at work and how you handled it. Most people say, I've never actually made a mistake at work, which is a red flag because everyone does. Answering this honestly works best. Pick a real mistake, but show what you learned and how you fixed it. They ask this question to learn more about you as a person. If you don't accept responsibility, you'll be a difficult person to work with. We've all been there. A job interview is a tough battle, but with every try, you'll be one step closer to your dream job. If you like this video, please press the subscribe button. I make videos for employees because I want to. Catch you next Saturday.